AJ Dybantsa, Darryn Peterson, Cameron Boozer. Today we're making them rivals with the first 1 to 2 championships being crowned the winner. They're all starting out around similar overalls, with Darryn Peterson actually being the best player of the three. In AJ Dybantsa's NBA debut, he's gonna drop 14 on really efficient shooting. Darryn Peterson's gonna drop 31. He leads the team in scoring. He also shot really efficient. And Cameron Boozer is also gonna have a good scoring game, but he was not efficient. At the end of the season, Wemby's gonna win the MVP, and moment of truth, the rookie of the year is gonna go to Darryn Peterson. All-NBA second team as a rookie is insane, and he was the only one of the three to make an All-NBA team. If we take a look at AJ Dybantsa's stats, he averaged 13 points a game, and Cameron Boozer was able to average 15, only 4 rebounds though. But it makes sense because while Darryn Peterson is getting 35 minutes a game in his first season, AJ Dybantsa's towards the bottom of the rotation, only getting 19, and Boozer's getting 24 minutes a game. Darryn Peterson was able to help the Jazz make the play-in. The Grizzlies don't make the play-in or the playoffs, and as for the Wizards, they're not going to make the play-in. So in Darryn Peterson's first postseason game, he has to go up against Kawhi. If they make it out, they're going to go on to play the second seed, but they lose. Which takes us on to the second play-in game. They have to go up against Kevin Durant. The fact that the Rockets are a play-in team is crazy to begin with, and the Jazz are going to lose both play-in games and get eliminated. Which takes us on to another draft lottery for the guys. The Grizzlies have the 5th and 6th best odds. Meanwhile, the Wizards are sitting at 11, and the Jazz are sitting at 14. And the Grizzlies are going to drop to 6 and 7. But I'm not controlling any part of any of these three teams, so I'm going to sim the draft. I'm not super familiar with this draft, other than the top 4 guys, I'm not going to lie. So I don't know any of these two guys. Actually, wait, I do know Caleb Holt. He's a 77 overall, and the Grizzlies got him at 7. And the Wizards just missed out on getting Dame Sarr. Instead, they're going to get this guy who I'm not familiar with. And I think the Jazz had pick number 14. They're going to get Daniel Jacobson, a 7'3" center. And with the Grizzlies having 4 first-round picks, it might make them a lot better. Anthony Davis is going to accept this player option, so he's making 63 M's next season. And on top of that, in player progression, he's dropping to an 86. AJ Dybantsa is somehow only up 1 overall to an 81. Cameron Boozer's up to an 85, and he's the best player on the team because Ja Morant left. And Darryn Peterson's an 87, sitting at the 2nd best player on the team. Ja Morant ended up leaving for the Nuggets, so he's going to team up with Nikola Jokic. In season number 2, AJ Dybantsa and Cameron Boozer are starters now after both starting 26 games last season. Luka's going to win the MVP, averaging 37, and I had a feeling Cameron Boozer would be a lot better. He's going to win the most improved player, going from 15 to 25 points a game. Darryn Peterson's up to the All-NBA first team, even though it looks like he had a worse season. I mean, his rebound and assist numbers are a little better, and his points are down. And this is not a good look for AJ Dybantsa, as Caleb Wilson, who was the 4th pick in the same draft, is on the All-NBA third team before AJ made any. And even with AJ moving into the starting lineup, he only averaged 16 points a game this season. The Jazz go up from the 8 to the 6 seed. Meanwhile, the Wizards are sitting at the bottom of the Eastern Conference with 25 wins. And even though the Grizzlies have more wins, they're the worst team in the West. And on top of that, in Darryn Peterson's first playoff series, he has to go up against Cooper Flagg. They also have a healthy Kyrie Irving, so I feel like the Jazz don't have a chance. I'm not gonna lie. They are gonna win game 3 by 22 points though, and they tie the series up. But in game 5, that Jazz offense was terrible. They're not even gonna put up 90 points. And just like that, they're down 3-2. They played better than I thought though. They are gonna lose in 6, unfortunately, but I did not think they were gonna win 2 games. So in Darryn Peterson's first playoff series, he averaged 25. And in his 3rd season, he's up to a 92 overall. With the Grizzlies and Wizards being some of the worst teams in the NBA, they have the 2nd and 3rd best odds to get number 1. The Grizzlies move up to 2, and the Wizards drop from 2 to 6. I don't know what it is with AJ Dybantsa. He's only up to an 83. And Cameron Boozer's in the 90 overall club. Wemby's back to winning MVPs. LaMelo Ball is a 6th man in Charlotte now because they have the number 1 overall pick starting over him. That's kind of crazy considering this guy's an 81 overall and LaMelo is an 88. The Grizzlies have back-to-back most improved players, and Darryn Peterson keeps getting better. He moves up to 4th in MVP, averaging 26, 8, and 9. Ja Morant's on a new team. He was only on the Nuggets for a year, and now he's on the Rockets. Cameron Boozer actually gets worse from 25 to 22 points a game, but his other numbers go up across the board. And as for AJ Dybantsa, he's finally up to the 20 point per game club. The Jazz are sitting at the 1 seed. I didn't even realize that. They were able to win 56 games on the season. They're not the best team in the league though. And if the Grizzlies can win 2 play-in games in a row, they have a chance at playing the Jazz. And as for the Wizards, they're not in the playoffs or the play-in. So the Grizzlies have to pull off a miracle here, and they're going to lose the first game. So in round 1, Darryn Peterson has to go up against the Lakers team led by DeJounte. They look kind of well-rounded, but nothing crazy. They are going to take game 1 by 2 points though. Game 2, the Jazz win by 8. Game 3, the Lakers are going to blow out the Jazz, and the Jazz tie it up. And in game 5, the Jazz are going to have a way better second half than the Lakers to go up 3-2. And that's all thanks to Ace Bailey and Darryn Peterson going off. But in game 6, the Lakers were the better team, which means the Jazz are going to a game 7 against the play-in team. Darryn Peterson was the only one that went off. They should not be in this situation to begin with, especially against a team who was the 9th seed. They were 4 games under 500, and they're doing this to the Jazz. But in game Game 7, the Jazz just made it a 3-point game with a minute and a half to go. DeJounte trying to spin his way into the paint is getting clamped up by Keontae George, and Derek Lively can't get the board. That is a big rebound for the Jazz. Let's see if Darryn Peterson can make it a 1-point game here. I don't know who that is guarding him, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's Ryan Dunn. Anyway, he's gonna use the screen. That is a great closeout. His three is in and out, but Walker Kessler's gonna get the board. He kicks it to Keontae George, and I'm pretty sure that's Lakers ball. Yeah, it is. So the Jazz need a stop and a score. DeJounte gets a wide open three, but it's off. Good thing he didn't take much time off the shot clock there. They're gonna find Lauri Markkanen into a wide open Darryn Peterson, and we're all tied up. Huge shot for the Jazz by Darryn Peterson. They're gonna find Kamara in the corner, and his three's gonna miss. So now with just 30 seconds to go, Darryn Peterson's gonna slow down the fast break. He's still trying to attack the paint though. He's gonna kick it out to Jaren, back to Darryn Peterson. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. He finds Keontae George. 5 seconds left. It looks like he's just gonna run an ISO. The step back, the layup over DeJounte Murray, and it's good. But it's not over till the clock hits 0. The Lakers still have 11 seconds to make something happen. 93% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure to subscribe to help me hit my goal of 35,000 subscribers. DeJounte Murray gets stopped by Keontae George. He has 5 seconds. He's gonna kick it to Kamara with too much space. He's gonna miss, and Mara's gonna make it at the buzzer. We're going to overtime. And in overtime, the Lakers are keeping it close. They're down 3 with just under 2 minutes to go. Miles McBride's gonna use the screen. Darryn Peterson with the great closeout. They're gonna miss, and Lowry gets the board. On the other end, they're gonna find Darryn Peterson. He's gonna kick it out. I don't know why he didn't just go up. And now we have Kamara on the break, finding DeJounte in the corner. Kamara, they ran that perfectly. Let's see if Darryn Peterson can help the Jazz extend the lead here with the spin. He has the mismatch. He's so much taller than Miles McBride, and he's gonna make the 2. That was an easy bucket for him. That looked like DeJounte had an easy bucket. Instead, he's gonna pull the mid-range, and it just barely rolls in. So now with under a minute to go, Darryn Peterson's gonna ISO again. He kicks it out to Jaren, to Lauri Markkanen, the 3 from the top of the key, and he's gonna miss. So the Lakers can take the lead here with under 40 seconds to go. Ron Holland's gonna kick it out to DeJounte. He uses the screen, but it's an illegal one. So the Jazz get the ball back with under 30 seconds to go. It looks like Darryn Peterson is gonna ISO again, driving on Miles McBride. He gets an easy layup, and he puts the Jazz up 3. But the Lakers still have 18 seconds to get a good shot off here. DeJounte on the drive with the behind the back. He's gonna get blocked. They still get the rebound though, and they miss the layup. I don't know how they got another rebound. Ron Holland from limitless range. Lakers keep getting boards. Miles McBride, another chance, another miss, and the Jazz finally get the rebound. All the Jazz have to do is knock down one free throw for the dagger, but Keontae misses the first. He is so lucky he has a second chance. His free throw's good, and the Jazz are gonna win the game. And Darryn Peterson showed up when it mattered most. But in round 2, they have to play the 4-seeded Thunder, who look really good. The Jazz actually look better though. They are gonna win game 1 by 16. They take game 2 by just 3 points. They're not able to go up 3-0, but they are able to go up 3-1 and make it out in 5. And luckily for Darryn Peterson, he gets his rematch against Cooper Flagg, who eliminated them last season. Here goes nothing. Game 1 goes to the Jazz by about 20. Game 2, the Mavericks take by about 10. Game 3, the Mavs win by about 15. They're gonna go up 3-1 on the Jazz and eliminate them in 5. There's no way the Wizards don't get the first pick, right? They have the top 2 pick odds, and they're gonna get number 1 and 4. Let's just hope AJ is actually progressing this time around. Finally, he's up 6 overall, and he's tied for the best player on the team. It took long enough. He was going up by like 1-2 every other year. And on top of that, they have Caleb Wilson on the team. He just won a finals MVP with the Bulls. Like literally this season that just happened. I don't know why they let him go. That's crazy that he's teammates with AJ now. They also have Sarr. They have a really good young team. Cameron Boozer is somehow not going up in overall anymore. But the guy the Grizzlies drafted 2nd overall last year, he's already up to an 84. So all 3 teams look promising, with Darryn Peterson going up to a 93 as well. Wemby's gonna win MVP number 3. Darryn Peterson's up to 3rd in MVP, averaging 24, 8, and 9. Luka is on the Clippers now. That is nasty. And AJ Dybantsa finally makes his first All-NBA team, averaging 27, 7, and 4. And Cameron Boozer still hasn't won one. He averaged 23, 8, and 5. I'm surprised because he's made 2 All-Star games and he had a better start to his career than AJ. But AJ is slowly catching up. The Grizzlies are the 10th seed in the West again. The Jazz are sitting at the 4 seed and the Wizards are the 1 seed. That makes no sense. They just went from a 24-win team last year to a 57-win team this year. I guess all it took was AJ getting better, Sarr getting better, and then them adding Caleb Wilson instead of Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson's good though. I don't get it. He averaged 23 this year. He averaged 20 last year, and he's a higher overall than Caleb Wilson. That makes no sense. So first, let's see if the Grizzlies can make it out of the play-in. They can't. So in round 1, Darryn Peterson has to play the Thunder again. And in AJ Dybantsa's first playoff series, they have to go up against Maxey and Edgecombe. The Wizards are going to make it out in 5. Meanwhile, the Jazz are going to sweep. So in round 2, Darryn Peterson has to face Wemby. Also, I just realized they have Cameron Williams, who was the first overall pick, I don't know how they got him from the Warriors. He was on the All-NBA third team last year. I don't know why they let him go after just 2 seasons. Anyway, out east, AJ Dybantsa has to play Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. Both series are tied up at 1 in Game 3. The Spurs and the Cavs win, so they're both down 2-1. Wizards tie it up, but the Jazz go down 3-1. The Jazz are unfortunately going to get eliminated, but in the Wizards Game 5, they're making it a lot closer. They just made it a 3-point game with 58 seconds to go. Donovan Mitchell takes a bad shot, but he scores. Trae Young, AJ, or Sar are going to need to cook right here. That's not what I meant. I don't know what Trae Young's doing. And on the break, Peyton Pritchard is left wide open. The Wizards are going to send the trap defense to him. Cavs keep swinging around the ball. They find Donovan Mitchell, and he knocks down the 3 as the dagger. I thought the Wizards had a chance to win that game, but once we hopped in, they crumbled. But in Game 6, they're going to be the one to have a good fourth quarter to force a Game 7. And it wasn't even one person who went off. We had a really well-rounded effort. And in Game 7, this one is a blowout by halftime. The Wizards should win this one unless they play bad after halftime. Trae Young had 38 to lead them to the conference finals against the Celtics, and they look like a pretty solid team. So here goes nothing. Game 1, the Wizards win by about 20. Game 2, they win by exactly 20. Game 3, they win by about 20. They're not able to sweep, but can they win in 5? They can't. Can they win in 6? They can. So AJ Dybantsa could have an insane come up here after being the worst by far to start his career. I'm just scared because Wemby and Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper are all really good. The Spurs win the first 2. Oh, they win the first 3. The Wizards are not going to get swept. Let's see if they can somehow win 3 more games in a row. AJ Dybantsa with 37. We're going to need a lot more of that from him. Okay, Game 5. The Wizards are going to do it again to force a Game 6. This time it wasn't AJ Dybantsa. It was Caleb Wilson with a near 20-20 game. And in Game 6, the Wizards are having an insane second half. They're going to force a Game 7. AJ Dybantsa dropped 45. No way the Spurs blow a 3-0 lead, right? And the Wizards are going to get the job done with 4 straight blowouts after being down 3-0. So the Spurs are the first team ever to blow a 3-0 lead in the playoffs, and it's in the NBA Finals. So AJ Dybantsa is the first out of the 3 players to a championship, and on top of that, he's going to win his first Finals MVP, so he only needs 1 more championship to complete the challenge. He averaged 28 points per game in the series, and he has had an insane come up from averaging 13 points a game in his rookie season. In season number 5, AJ continues to go up. He's a 90 overall. Boozer goes up to a 91, and then Darryn Peterson stays a 93. Once again, I have no idea why the Warriors let them have Cameron Williams. This guy is gonna win the MVP. I guess this is a real person. I'm not familiar with his game. I just looked it up. I think he's in the EuroLeague right now. So once he makes it to the NBA, I'm gonna need somebody to come back to this video and comment. Darryn Peterson really keeps getting better every season. He went from 5th, 4th, 3rd, and now 2nd in the MVP race, even though his numbers are getting worse. Cameron Boozer is gonna make the All-NBA 3rd team. He's back up to 25 points a game. And AJ goes from Finals MVP to not even making an All-NBA team, averaging 24 points a game. The Grizzlies don't get any better. They're still sitting at the 10th seed. Meanwhile, the Jazz are sitting at the 3rd seed, and the Wizards drop all the way from the 1st to the 6th seed. Once again, I doubt the Grizzlies are going to make it out. They don't. So in round 1, we have AJ versus Scottie and De'Aaron Fox, and we have Darryn Peterson versus DeJounte and Dash Daniels. Okay, both 6 seeds just won. That's not good for the Jazz, but that is good for the Wizards. Both Darryn Peterson and AJ are down 2-1. They both go down 3-1. This is not looking good. The Jazz get eliminated. The Wizards are going to stay alive. They won that game by 1 point thanks to AJ Dybantsa and Caleb Wilson. But in Game 6, they're going to get eliminated. I don't know how they ended up as the 6th seed. They were just bad this season after being great last season. So none of our 3 guys are going to make it past the first round, and in the finals, the Bulls are going to win. Season number 6 sees AJ Dybantsa going up to a 93. Cameron Boozer is up to a 92, so AJ's officially better than him. And Darryn Peterson is somehow dropping at 24 years old, which means that AJ is the best player now. Wemby's back to winning MVPs, this time with the Lakers, and he just won 3 awards: the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, and the Clutch Player of the Year. Darryn Peterson's back down to the All-NBA 2nd team, averaging 24, 7, and 8. Then we have Boozer making, I think, his first All-NBA 2nd team, averaging 26 and 7. And then AJ is not here once again, even though he's the best player out of the 3 of them. His averages stay the same as last season. The Jazz drop all the way to the play-in at the 7th seed. The Grizzlies are finally in the playoffs, and the Wizards are back up to the 1 seed. So first, let's see if the Jazz can make it out. They're going to win the first game, so they're playing the Mavericks. So in Cameron Boozer's, I want to say, first playoff series, he has to face the Thunder. Then we have AJ Dybantsa going up against a pretty well-rounded Heat team. And for, I think, the 3rd time, Darryn Peterson has to face Cooper Flagg. Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, they're going to lose in 5. The Jazz are down 3-1. They're also going to lose in 5. Meanwhile, the Wizards are going to sweep. So in this playoff run, AJ is the last man standing as he has to go up against Elijah Arenas. Game 1, the Bulls are going to take by just 2 points. They win Game 2 by 5. They win Game 3 by 9, and they're going to sweep the Wizards. So that takes us on to Season 7. AJ's going to stay at a 93. Boozer stays at a 92, and so does Darryn Peterson. Wemby's got to be one of the GOATs notes. I still don't think he's won a championship though. Yeah, 5 MVPs, no ring. Also, LaMelo's the best 6-man of all time. Darryn Peterson and Cameron Boozer are both on the All-NBA first team, with Boozer up to 30 points per game. Darryn Peterson averaged 24, and his teammate Cameron Williams is there with him, also averaging 24. Okay, thank goodness. AJ's actually on an All-NBA team. He's up to 26 points a game. In the playoffs, the Jazz are sitting at the 3 seed. The Grizzlies aren't even here, and then the Wizards are at the 2nd seed. I thought the Grizzlies would be decent after being the 6th seed last year. They're down to the 11th seed. Darryn Peterson has to face a team led by Malawach, and AJ has to play the Raptors, who have Devin Booker now. I don't know how this Raptors team isn't better. On paper, they look really good. AJ and Darryn Peterson are both going to go up 3-0. Neither of them are able to sweep. Neither of them are able to gentleman sweep, and in game 6, bro, no way both of them blow a 3-0 lead. In Darryn Peterson's game 7, they're up by about 20 at the end of the first half. The Suns are not able to come back. Thank goodness, that would have been a generational stain on his resume. But as for AJ Dybantsa, his team is gonna blow a 3-0 lead. I can't believe they did that. I mean, at least on the bright side, they did come back down 3-0 in the finals. But now Darryn Peterson has a chance to tie AJ Dybantsa in championships. And he has to go up against a familiar face in Cooper Flag. These two teams have to be rivals at this point. The Jazz are gonna steal game 1. The Mavericks take game 2. Game 3, they're going to win by 3 points. They're going to take a 3-1 lead and beat the Jazz. The Bulls are super overpowered. They're going to win another ring. They've won 4 out of the last 5 championships. In player progression, Darryn Peterson and AJ Dybantsa are both starting to drop, so now Cameron Boozer is the best player out of the 3. Another season, another Wemby MVP. And Cameron Boozer is going to win the Clutch Player of the Year. The Wizards win Coach of the Year, winning 62 games. And the Jazz win Executive of the Year, winning 61. Darryn Peterson's 3rd in the MVP race, averaging 24 for like every single season. Cameron Williams finishes 2nd, averaging 23 and 11. Then we have AJ Dybantsa on the 2nd team, putting up 26 points a game. And Cameron Boozer just barely making the All-NBA 3rd team, putting up 25 and 8. Grizzlies are once again mid. I'm just going to sim the play-in. They're actually going to make it out. So in round 1, AJ Dybantsa has to play 4 auto-generated guys. Darryn Peterson has to play this Rockets team. They look amazing for a play-in team. And Cameron Boozer has to play the 1-seeded Mavericks with Cooper Flag and Ace Bailey. So here goes nothing. The Grizzlies are down 1-0, 2-0. The other 2 series are tied at 1. Mavericks go up 3-0. They're going to sweep the Grizzlies. But luckily for AJ Dybantsa and Darryn Peterson makes it out in 5. AJ was just up 3-1. He's going to make it out in 6, which takes us on to round 2, where Darryn Peterson has to face Wemby. And AJ has to face this Scottie Barnes-led Raptors team again. AJ's up 1-0. Darryn Peterson is down 1-0. We have a 1-1 series on both sides. Both of them are up 2-1. And we have a tie series for both of them. In Darryn Peterson's game 5, the Jazz are going to win every single quarter. Maybe not the 4th, but still they had an amazing game. Darryn Peterson had 30. Cameron Williams had a 25-point triple-double. And out east, the Wizards are going to blow out the Raptors to go up 3-2. In Lakers Jazz, the Jazz are going to win game 6 to make the conference finals. And same with the Wizards, so we could see an AJ Dybantsa versus Darryn Peterson finals matchup. But first, AJ Dybantsa has to take down this Bulls dynasty, and Darryn Peterson has to beat Cooper Flag. After 2 games, Darryn Peterson is down 0-2. AJ's up 2-0. Game 3, the Mavericks are going to win. The Wizards don't. We have a 3-1 series on both sides. Game 5 for the Jazz, they're unfortunately going to lose. So now we have AJ going up against Cooper Flag. Game 1, the Wizards are going to win by 1 point. Game 2, they win by 4. Game 3, the Mavericks win by about 10. Game 4, they tie the series up. And in a super important Game 5, we're all tied up. Trey Johnson gets an open 3, but he's going to miss. Whoever wins this game to take a 3-2 lead, it would be huge for them, as Trae Young misses the open shot. That would have been big. Instead, they have to guard Trey Johnson. Now he spins his way into the paint. He takes the contested layup and he puts the Mavericks up. So down 2, the Hawks can either tie it up with a 2 that looks like what they're trying to get, and they are just barely going to make it. Let's see if they can lock up Trey Johnson. Never mind. He just got the easiest dunk of all time. So with under a minute to go, Trae Young's going to need to do something. He's going to take the contested 3, and they somehow get the putback to tie the game up. Trae Young is getting bailed out right now. All we have to do is stop Trey Johnson. He has been cooking us. He goes up with the contested layup. How is that a foul? Trey Johnson's going to knock down both free throws. Now we have Trae Young on the ISO. He almost pulled the 3, but he finds AJ Dybantsa open, and he can't knock it down. So the Wizards absolutely need a stop here. Kyson George, who they let go, he's trying to get past Trae Young. This is terrible defense. Ace Bailey gets left wide open, and he puts the Mavs up 5. So the Wizards need a big shot here with just 18 seconds to go. They're going to inbound it to Trae Young. He pulls another mid-range, and he just single-handedly lost us the game. So the Mavericks are going to go down 3-2 in the finals, because other than putbacks, they could not make shots. And luck was just not on their side. They literally got a steal and a wide-open 3 on the last play of the game, but they couldn't hit it. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. They lost by 5. Trey Johnson cooked them, of course. and they played good on offense. It must have been their defense that was bad. But the Wizards are still fighting to stay alive because with 2 minutes to go in game 6, we're all tied up. I don't know why they're going to Trae Young in the post. What is this offense? He's going to take a terrible shot. And if AJ Dybantsa doesn't win the challenge right here, Trae Young will definitely be the reason why. Thank goodness DeJounte missed that. Trae Young really lost the team game 5, and so far in game 6, he is playing really bad. He's not going to take the bad shot. This time he finds Topic though, and he misses the 3. On the other end, we have Ace Bailey trying to make his way into the paint. He's going to find Kaishan George, and his 3 is no good. 1 minute in, nobody's made a shot yet. Topic is going to pull the contested mid-range. What is going on? We opted in with 2.5 minutes to go, and now we're almost under a minute. Nobody's made a shot yet. Ace Bailey finds Mingo. Mingo to Kaishan George. Back to Mingo on the drive. It looked like he could have gotten past Trae Young, but instead he finds DeJounte wide open, and he bricks that. I thought that went in. I don't know what that shot was. AJ finds Caleb Wilson. Topic in the corner. Wide open. He can't hit it. This is terrible hoops going on right now. The Wizards have a chance to win easily, but the Mavericks score first. 2 straight minutes with no buckets for the Wizards. That is unacceptable. 24 seconds to go. They're going to need to hit a shot here. They have Caleb Wilson left on the wing, wide open, and he gives the Wizards the lead. Finally, they score, and now with 19 seconds to go, they just need a stop to force a game 7. NBA Finals on the line, 4 seconds to go. Trey Johnson gets left open, but he can't convert the 3. We're going to a game 7. That whole game was terrible hoops. Thank you, Caleb Wilson, for making that 3. He had 19 points. He only made 1 3, but it was the most important one. And with just over 2 minutes to go in game 7, the Wizards hold a 1-point lead over the Mavericks. They're going to kick it out to their other guard, to Kostic. 8 seconds left. He's going to use the screen from Caleb Wilson and pull a deep 3. Caleb Wilson's going to make the putback. That was incredibly clutch. Now the Mavericks have Ace Bailey wide open coming off the screen. They're going to get the putback. They cannot be giving up easy buckets like that, especially in game 7 of the finals. Trae Young finds Kostic. They're going to go back to Trae Young in the corner, and his 3 is good. Let me turn off my face cam real quick. He has 12 points in the quarter. I just missed the dunk to show you guys how many points he had. So now with just over a minute to go, Trae Young's going to use the screen. He passes out to Caleb Wilson, who's left wide open. The Wizards are going off. After a rough game 6, they are hot in game 7. DeJounte's going to miss the midi, so the Wizards can extend their lead on the fast break with under 15 seconds to go. They find AJ the layup. He puts them up 7. And with the Wizards having that big of a lead this late into the game, they're going to win in game 7 of the NBA Finals as AJ Dybantsa wins his 2nd championship to complete the challenge. AJ Dybantsa really won his 2nd championship before Darryn Peterson or Cameron Boozer could win one. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want to see me make AJ Dybantsa the GOAT, click the video on the screen right now.